just, that identity of self. And I needed like my own title outside of mommy, fiance. Is like, what is Jas outside of these many hats? So during that time, I started, just researching things and kind of becoming myself and getting in the mirror and being comfortable and things like that. And then I stumbled upon this lady, Tamisha, on live one day, just going in on people, stepping on toes. And you know how she has this way of like touching you in a room, and she's like way across in Florida. And I'm like, who is this
Mm-hmm.
lady? And what is she talking about? What is going on here? So she started, her Billboard submissions and things like that. It was around that time. And I applied, not knowing anything, being a selfie proclaimed mirror model in the bathroom, really. And I'm like, I'm just gonna try it. So I tried it. They had top 30, then they had eliminated to 12, and I'm in the room screaming with my baby, like, mommy is about to be on the billboard. And here I am.
I
Wow.
love that.
What an
I love
amazing
that.
story.
Mm-hmm. Because I applied for that billboard.
Me too. I can't get it.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you still sis though.
Yeah, I am. I'm still a doll, at the end of the day. But I applied for that billboard. Anywho. So that is wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got on the billboard.
Right.
And then it just took off from there.
It sounds nice, but I mean, I had to hit the ground running, I feel like, because Misha's the person who, she challenges you. And I felt like during the time, I was like looking at the other women like, dang, like I was the youngest. Of course, I feel like everywhere I go, I'm always the youngest. But I'm on the billboard with women who have had their, started their own businesses, who have so many photo shoots and runway things. And I'm just like, I'm just Jas Janelle from Raleigh, North Carolina. Like, what you got to offer, girl? Everybody up here is already doing the thing. What do you have to offer? So I feel like, I made the step, because that was the biggest thing, is like to take the step to like, okay, like you really gonna do this? You really gonna try to do something different? I put my big girl pants on. So at that point, it's just like, okay, let's see what we got. I'm up here now. And then it's just like, what's next? What you gonna do after this billboard?
What does that step look like though?
What step of finding out what's next?
Yes.
Girl, tears, sweat, dedication, consistency, because it's just like, I have to perfect my craft. And it's just like, I'm literally starting from ground zero, and everybody else has had years in this thing. And for me, it was like, I was so busy comparing their journey of where they were to where I was, not realizing like everybody had to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Because listen, I've seen your journey. I remember. And I remember when you were like, at one point you was like, I'm doing a runway show. I'm doing a runway show. And it was just like, I'm like, okay, I see her doing different runway shows, and then, different photo shoots, and the growth was there. The growth was growing.
And I'm still trying to grow. Like, runway scares me. Like, honestly, runway scares the heck out of me. And I just don't know, like, if it's the heels, if it's like the training. I don't know. Like, the models, they be having it going on the runway. But give me a photo shoot, print, publication, I could do that easily. So I'm still trying to step outside the box and like touch runway again.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just got to wait and see if it's gonna happen.
Because I mean, I remember you doing your thing, and so how do you deal with being a plus size model? Really, is that offensive to be called a plus size model and not you're just a model?
To me, I'm not offended by it. Some people say like it boxes you in even more, versus the traditional, standard skinny model. But for me, it's just like, it's my lane. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with owning plus size. I'm okay with being, on the forefront for the rest of the girls in the world who, don't really have that confidence or, haven't got to that point where they can, wear a crop top, wear some shorts or, whatever. I'm okay with that. Call me plus size, baby. Like, I'm okay with it.
Because your confidence is to the roof.
Yeah.
And
you.
that's how it's supposed to be. That shouldn't even be something that we should be asking. Like, you're supposed to be.
Yeah, definitely. It took a lot of time for me to get here too. I had to get in the mirror and like look at myself, appreciate these stretch marks,
Yeah.
I'm loving on me. I got to love on me at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Before I can be that for anyone.
So how did you do, because I saw it down, I don't know if that was your first time doing lingerie, but you did a lingerie shoot here recently. And so tell me.
Let's talk about that, because I started in this and I'm like, lingerie is never going to be something I do. Like, I just associated it, being sexual or being like, I don't even know where it came from. I was just like, that's the lane I don't want to see. Like, it's like rated R type. But the lady who I work with, Deja Devon, she's great. She's a great model, but she has her own brand, Define Curves. So she's like, randomly one day, I need you. And I'm like, okay, like, let me know the concept. I'm always like, let me know the concept, making sure it's not lingerie. Let me know the concept. I'll get my own stuff. She's like, I'm providing the outfit. I was like, okay. She's like, it's lingerie. I'm like, lingerie? But okay, we'll try it. So she's like, I need a plus size girl. Like, I need you to represent. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. It's classy, it's classy.
Hey, when I tell
it's
you,
classy.
You look good. First off, in your outfit, you was greased up nicely. I mean, anyone who is hating on it is just a hater at the end of the day, because you look good. You look good.
And I received good feedback. Like, I think what was making me nervous is the creeps out there. There's some men that you be like, oh God, where is this gonna go? But those comments were more of my sisters, like, hyping me up. And that for me is like, okay, you're doing something and you're doing a new lane, but it's okay. Your sister's got your back.
Yeah. So what do your girls think about their mom modeling, and are they interested in modeling as well?
Definitely. My oldest, she's had a few photo shoots. She has it. Baby girl has it. And I'm not like just saying that because she's mine, but she has it. Like, she'll do her own poses. I'm like, but get in the mirror and like practice, your poses. So it's funny, like her last shoot, which she hasn't shot in a while, but her last shoot was like an occupational shoot and she had to be a lawyer. And so I'm like, you need mommy? And she was like, no, I got this. She got in front of the camera and she was just slaying it. So I'm like, okay, like, by all means, I tell my children, I want you to be better than what I am. So if it's anything she picks up and she's interested in, I'm pushing her 100%. Do it. Yeah. And to them, well, to my oldest, Jaya is 10. Nia is, she'll be 6 on Saturday, the 13th. So to Jaya, I'm like already famous. And I'm like, baby, I receive it. She's like, mommy, are you rich? Are we rich yet? I'm like, I receive it. Like, speak that thing. Speak it.
From the mama baby, right? Yeah. And we are.
We this past weekend, I just got back from Charlotte. The modeling group that I'm now a part of, we just finished our photo shoot. So I was showing her some of the behind the scenes. She was like, mommy, does this mean we're famous now? I was like, girl, almost.
You met almost here. And so let's talk about Carolina Allure.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about Carolina Allure. So what is Carolina Allure? What are you ladies doing? I know you're co-founder.
Yeah, so we are a new modeling group. We call ourselves Carolina Allure to kind of bring in the balance of the North Carolina, South Carolina. I feel like here in North Carolina, we don't really have that many opportunities. Our models are always traveling outside. So I feel like it's time to bring it here, bring it home, Yeah. And that way we can kind of put our city on like the Atlanta, like the Miami, New York type thing. So we blossomed this idea and it kind of just happened because we were a part of a bigger modeling group. But we really hone in on, you know, the women's empowerment, making sure that we are rooting for the everyday women, because there's a lot of women empowerment groups out here who are screaming empowerment and they're not really embodying it, whatever, like what the word entails through and through. It's just screaming empowerment and that's it. But there's not rooting for your sister, you know, picking up the phone when your sister really needs you, lending a hand for real. Like it's just, you know, it's just hearsay. So that's what Carolina Allure is.
That's good.
That's wonderful.
And there's 5 of us. There's 5 co-founders. So there's myself, there's Amy, there's Carrie, there's Sharina, and there's Natalie. And all of us are, Natalie's in South Carolina. I'm here in North Carolina in Raleigh. Sharina's in Greensboro. Carrie and Amy represent Charlotte.
Okay. And so are you welcoming more women in, or is it something like are you guys helping people get into the modeling arena?
I think that, you know, that's our goal ultimately, to open up and expand. You know, we do have some things, you know, to discuss further with that, but right now, you know, we groundbreaking. We just started in February, so we're coming hard. Yeah. Watch out for Carolina Allure.
That's right. I love that.
So when you were younger, was this such a passion for you, or you were just, you know, how did you get into the idea of wanting to model though? Were you into fashion?
Honestly, so a little backstory to Jas, little Jas. I was in the 4th grade and me and my mother were in a car accident, like traumatic car accident. Like we tried not to hit a deer, the car split in 2 type thing. I spent a week in the hospital. I ended up with like a gash in my forehead, broken collarbone, broken shoulder, 17 stitches. During that time, I felt like is when I really struggled and battled with my confidence. There were times where I didn't look at myself in the mirror. Like I didn't want to see my scars per se. There were times during the summer I walked around covering them up, like with jackets, thin jackets, and it could be hot as get out. And I feel like during those times of my childhood were like the most crucial. Like that car accident affected me well on up into my 20s. Like I didn't drive until like after my daughter, my oldest child. And so the battle of like self-confidence, and when I finally realized like my inner beauty and started appreciating my scars and, you know, that type of thing, I feel like that's where that confidence kind of like clicked for me. So now it's like when I walk in a room, baby, like I feel like you feel it. Like you can just, I'm walking in it, I'm exuding confidence, you know? And my motto, I say, if I can do it, so can you too, confidently. Cause I feel like it took me a while to get to the place to appreciate myself.
Yeah.
That inner beauty. I love when you say that.
Yeah.
That's because that's where it's at, to be honest with you. It's inside and then it's gonna come on out and exude on the outside.
And you don't even have to say a word.
Don't have to say
you just feel it.
You just feel it. That I love that. And other people feel it and they see it also. Like it's just like, who's she? You know, like where did she come from? So, you know, taking photos, can you tell us something that like maybe that you may have been embarrassed by, like an embarrassing moment where maybe a piece of clothes slipped off or something? Like, have you ever had any experience of an embarrassing moment? Tripping and falling?
I haven't done that yet. I will tell you though, my very first photo shoot, like first professional shoot, was with Mish, like for my Billboard submission. And I came there and I was nervous. Like I just knew, like I was actually late. I was late to the photo shoot, like in Miami traffic. And she called me. Like I didn't know she was gonna be there because I was shooting with her husband. And I was like, Jas, it's silly you to not think that she wouldn't be there. But she called me. She's like, hey, dog, where you at? I'm like, I'm on the way. And I'm telling my best friend, like, oh, like, she's here. Like, she's there. She's waiting on me and I'm late. Like, how does this look? So when I get there, first of all, I didn't tell anybody that I didn't have experience because I just felt like I was just going to figure it out. That's another thing. Like, I didn't have the experience and I wasn't telling people that I didn't have the experience. Well, when I got there that day, it was just like, it all came to a head. And Mish was like looking at me and I'm like, huh? like, like trying to figure out my poses. And she's like, are you nervous? I was like, yeah. And I had to tell her, like, dang, like, gig is up, Jas. Like, this is my first photo shoot. And she's like, okay, like, I got you. Like, I got
Don't
you.
worry
I'm
about
telling you, if the feeling of like fainting, throwing up, and pooping yourself was ever a feeling in one person, I promise that was me that day.
Yeah.
Too funny. But see, that's amazing. That's I love that because you had no experience and you got choked. Listen, I had no experience either. I have no experience in model. I've always been on the empowerment end of Miss Dollhouse and not the model. At the end of the day, you had no experience, so she saw something in your beautiful photos and said, "There she go."
Yeah, I definitely had to do my homework that day too. Like I did for my submissions, I did my homework. I was looking back to see like what the other people was bringing. And I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna have to do it. I had got a photographer and we had shot at the art museum in Raleigh. And I'm just like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. But even then it still wasn't like, it was just him and his camera and me there. And I submitted like, okay, the sun was good, the sun was sunning or whatever the people say. Lighting was what it needed to be that day. And yeah.
Yeah, because I think I submitted my photos.
Michelle, we're gonna make you the honorary 13th member of Elite 12, okay?
Please,
get the sisters on the line.
I actually thought I did something, y'all, for real. Like I did, and I was watching carefully, thinking like, oh, why didn't I get? I was on my dining room like this. Anyway, okay. I'm not going to.
You ain't do your homework.
I did not do homework. Not at all. I had no homework. I didn't do no homework.
And that's serious too. Like if you really want to be a part of something, you gotta really dive deep into it.
Yes.
You know, to get a clear understanding. And I just really wasn't gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely. You got to do that too to make sure you know what you're signing up for. You know, make sure it aligns with your brand. You might be selling your soul away to somebody. You definitely got to do your homework.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So that's the truth right there. And I love that. I love that, you know, do your homework, do your research. So real quick, I want to talk about being, you know, so this young lady, her name is Risa Tisa, I believe. I don't know if you heard. And she told a story about how she met this man, whatever. Who did I marry? They talked about her because she was a big woman and that she not deserved, but her behavior, this man was able to get over on her because she was a bigger woman. How do you feel about that?
Now, this is new because I know who she is, but I did not fall into that trap of watching that whole series. I promise I did not get through a minute of it.
I didn't watch it at all. I just kind of heard some things in passing on social media.
I mean, the thing that ticks me off is just like, because we're plus size women, we deserve the bottom of the barrel. But I feel like plus size doesn't equate ugliness. You have ugliness in all shapes, in all sizes, all colors.
Yes.
Skinny, thin, slim, thick, BBL body, whatever you want to call it. There's ugliness in all of those.
Yeah.
It was
and like quite truthfully, I feel like plus size women have been slept on. You know, you have some people, some men who prefer to date plus size and they're out and loud and proud with it, or you have some men who feel like they still got to hide the fact that they love plus size women. But I mean, plus size is definitely in, babe. It really is.
Yeah.
That's what really gets under their skin, though. That's what really gets under their skin. Plus size is in, babe.
Yeah, I agree. Cause I was just like, how dare they, say something like, oh, that's big back behavior. Like, now I know a couple of people, I don't even know, that's not even put size in it, who got swindled up in these
who got swindled out of money, coins, whatever. And some of them that was talking probably got a no good behind man laying on the couch now who ain't providing. So, like,
Yeah, it's like, it's the narrow mind. They think a person not worthy of a relationship. Like, you don't deserve one because you're big.
Yeah. And that's a real thing, because I feel like even when it comes to like, work and being, out having to talk before people, it's just like, oh, I gotta go to the gym, I gotta work out, but it's like, everybody is, there's so many different shapes and sizes, and I think our whole society has got it so twisted on purpose. I'm gonna say about when it comes to the standard of beauty and what that looks like.
Yeah.
Because my bald headed self, I don't know, I guess I'm just ugly.
No. Beautiful.
Yeah, right.
But that takes confidence, though. I've always told you that takes a lot of confidence to rock your bald beauty.
Yeah, but the narrow-minded person with their
Yeah. And that was a struggle. That's a struggle also with us women. I mean, I didn't know how many women suffer with alopecia. How many women look like my sister?
Right. Because it comes in, all forms. Like you have now PCOS, is connected with hair loss too. Some people lost their hair, from COVID.
Yeah. Stress.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's wild, y'all. I'm enjoying this conversation.
So what would you tell your younger, the girls out there who are plus size and they feel like they gotta be a perfect size to
get a BBL?
Or get cut on or whatever to just look perfect. What would you tell that person?
I would tell I feel like that person would need, a mentor or someone who looks like them to speak that life into them. I like to get in the mirror and I tell people, because even coaching some of the girls, in Miss Dollhouse, I tell them, like, get in the mirror and look at yourself and let's appreciate what is there, what's staring back at us versus, getting those surgeries and being in this world where it's just like, we got to get these breast and BBL surgeries and things of that nature. And again, my motto is, if I can do it, so can you too, confidently. I feel like whether you're skinnier than me, whether your skin is darker than mine, lighter than mine, if I can do it in this big body, I would say, so can you too. I feel like what you stressing for, I'm out here doing it, but I get that, it takes a while to get there.
It does. Tracey and I, not too long ago, did a thing, and we and my thing was, look in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you. We have to learn to tell ourselves that we're beautiful, I love you, because we always looking for that outside approval, but you got to do it on the inside. You got to tell yourself first. You got to affirm yourself first.
Affirm yourself first, definitely. And even parents to children too. Sometimes it is harder, like it's a harder breakdown, between the mom and the child. But I feel like definitely do that work. You'll be good.
Definitely. Yeah, it's so important right now is to just really speak life into your kids, and let them know so they won't go out and search for it and from somebody else. Yeah, that don't even have the capability of giving it to them at all.
Exactly.
Not at all. So we're about to be finished, but you know, as a model, what piece of advice, what can't you not live without when it comes to makeup, clothes, nails? What so you know what? I gotta have it every day.
Lashes. Because I'm not that model who can do my own face yet. That sounds so childish. I rely on makeup artists, but I can pull a thing off with a lash. Like right now, I'm just wearing the lash, and I feel like I did good.
You did great.
You know what? And you know what? Oh, I'm so, you know what? Because I said to myself, I was like, Michelle, your face looks so plain. And you know, I have,
yeah, your allergies.
But lashes, I'm gonna start wearing lashes, y'all, because I got some.
Yeah. I love a lash too now. This bald head really gets bald and cute when I have a lash on. I mean,
yes, ma'am. Or the hoops. Your hoops are doing it for me right now too.
Okay, so lashes, because I was gonna put some lashes. I decided to put a lot of mascara on. I don't know if y'all can see, but anyway, Jas, tell people, and then I have to. Anyway, tell people how they can follow you, contact you. Carolina Allure to maybe a website or.
Yeah, so you can follow me at jas.janelle. That I'm on Facebook, Jas Janelle, Instagram, TikTok. I'm learning to do, and Carolina Allure. We're Carolina Allure on Instagram. But if you follow my page, you can. It's connected. It's in my bio. So,
okay, y'all need to follow her so you can see her beautiful pictures. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous photos. And we just really, really appreciate you, Jas, for coming on Sisters of Leisure again, because I think you were on there before.
I've never been on here.
Oh, I thought she was on here before.
I thought so too. I was like, I need to go back and look and see.
I've never been. But we coming back.
Yes.
I'll be back with Carolina Allure, the full Carolina Allure. We're all gonna be on here.
Yes. Well, we appreciate you. Yeah. Well, we appreciate you all tuning in to Sisters of Leisure. We shall be back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
To talk up to our next wonderful, amazing guest.
Yeah. And you know what? And reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, or Tracey and Michele, to meet myself. If you have a business, if you want to tell your story, come on, let's talk about it, because we just love to hear people's story. I think this is so much fun. So
it is.
Reach out if you know somebody, tell a friend, and tell a friend.
Yeah. So many amazing people with so many great stories out there.
Yeah.
And Jas,
yes, and I know you've inspired somebody today. I know you have.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. You've inspired somebody. If not, I know you inspired me to get my lashes.
Honorary 13.
And I'm the honorary 13. I'm honorary 13.
Elite 13.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, like, really, I was in my dining room, y'all, had a ring light, and I was
do the research. If you get into a business and you want to be a part of something, make sure you do the research and know that's a part of your alignment. Make sure you align with it.
Yeah, because I could have been, I was just doing stuff. So, but follow us, follow Sisters of Leisure on Facebook, Sisters of Leisure on Instagram.
And YouTube.
And YouTube. Go watch the whole video of Jas Janelle, of Kirk Works, oh my God, so many people have been doing this since 2021.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Bye. Thank you, Jas.
Thank you, Jas. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.